All right, here we go. Let's see if I've got all this set up. Come on. All right. Hey, good evening. This is Tara with Tarabeth Stamps. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Mid-Missouri. And tonight we're going to do another fun fold card. So we've got a couple of products that we are featuring. Hey Mary, hey Karen, hey Carol, hey Angie, thanks for joining tonight. So we've got a couple of products that are coming up in the upcoming January to April mini catalog, as well as a product from the Celebration catalog. So if you're not, hey Rosie, thanks for joining. If you're not familiar with Stampin' Up Celebration, this is an event they hold once a year. A couple of years ago, they tried to do it twice a year. I think they're going to stick with the once a year now. And so there are 11 free products in that catalog that you can get with qualifying purchase, and this gorgeous paper is one of them. So this is, I gotta take my little sticky. I had to put a glue dot on there to take pictures of it. So this beautiful DSP or designer series paper will be free with a qualifying purchase of $50 starting in January. I forgot to take all my glue dots off. I took my pictures beforehand, so now I got glue dots here. That's what I have to do for those fun folds that don't exactly shut. So this is a beautiful little fun fold. Hey Karen, thanks for joining. Hey Susan, if I haven't given you a shout out, thank you guys for joining tonight. So this is a fun fold sympathy card. We're using one of the stamp sets from the annual catalog, and then we're using the Heartfelt Hexagon set. That bundle is currently available, but it's in the mini catalog. So it was an early release for a lot of people. And so that's what we're going to use. So let's get to it. So this is a fun fold I saw on Patty Bennett's page from several years ago. So I really liked it and I thought this would be fun. Thanks, Mary. I'm glad you like this card. So this is the gorgeous paper that we're using, and I love it because it's gorgeous on both sides. So what I have is I have a 5 1/4 by 11 3/4 sheet of this paper. So you could get 2 cards out of this beautiful paper. Hey, Becky, thanks for joining. So this is my Simply Score tool. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to give it a couple of different scores, and I wonder where my Post-it note is that's got the measurements on it. Well, we're going to go by memory. Hopefully I'm right. So it's 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and I think 7 3/4. So if you've watched me before, you know I love this Simply Score tool because it gives really deep impressions. Now, hey Lisa, thanks for joining. You don't have to use a lot of force on this because this is designer series paper. This is not cardstock, so it's a little lighter weight. So you don't want to be too forceful with it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give it a fold this direction and burnish. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to fold it back. Give it a quick burnish. Probably should use my bone folder. Give it a nice crease there. Okay, good. It looks like I did the right thing. Woo! That was close. I usually make sure I have my measurements hanging up somewhere. All right, so what I'm going to do is refresh this because now it says that I'm not live. And I bet that I am. Oh, Facebook, what you do to me. There we go. I'm running a little behind. So I've got my seal, and I'm just going to run a couple of strips of seal right down the inside. I'm going to fold it flat, and that's going to be basically our card base. The only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to a piece of 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 piece of Misty Moonlight. And because this is a fun fold, I am going to go ahead and put my seal on all 4 sides. And maybe one in the middle, just for good measure. Oh, hey, look at Janet. She's joining us. Awesome. We got a party tonight. All right, so I'm just going to add this on, making sure that I'm creating those nice edges along the side. And there's our card base. So this is one of those super easy fun folds that I love to do. All right, so now I have some gold twine from the Simply Elegant collection. So you get silver and gold in that. And I'm going to pull out some sharpened scissors here. And I'm going to take my seal and I'm just going to kind of move it right along there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some loops with my ribbon. And I may have put that just a little bit too low, but we're going to make it work. So I'm just kind of looping this along. And the nice thing about this twine is the way it's created, it actually gives you those easy loops. Sometimes they're not needed, but sometimes, ugh. All right, so we're gonna set that out of the way because I forgot to do some punching and stamping here. Okay, so I have a piece of crumble cake. And so what I put on the measurements is you need about 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So I just had a strip of crumb cake here, and we're going to take pecan pie and I'm going to stamp it. And so this Simply Hexagon, or this Heartfelt Hexagon set is beautiful. And it's got some really pretty sentiments on it for birthdays. But I also love the with sincere sympathy sentiment. I think for sympathy cards, you really just need simple. You don't need anything. There you go, Rosie, telling Janet to get on my YouTube. I appreciate that. So now I've got my Simply sentiment, and I'm inking that up in Misty Moonlight. I'm going to put it right here in the center. There we go. Shut that ink up. And we'll go ahead and punch this out. So yeah, I like the font on this particular sentiment. Now I will say the hexagon kind of causes me to think I'm losing my mind sometimes because it doesn't always look straight to me, and I think it's because it's the edge, it's not all the same. It's not, yeah, all 6 sides are not exactly the same, so it does cause me to have, it kind of plays with my eyes. And today I'm wearing my glasses, so it really played with me. Okay, now because I am putting this hexagon over these loop-de-loops, I'm going to add my sentiments to the page itself, or the card itself, because I want to make sure that it's not going to sit on top of the ribbon. I want it to kind of, see, doesn't that look wonky? Am I crazy, you guys? Like sometimes it doesn't look right. All right, so now I'm going to give that and just kind of set it right there. And I feel like, do not use the ribbon scissors on my dimensionals. Just gonna cut a piece right here because I feel like I need one right here for it to be secure. There we go. Now that makes me happy. Okay, now to finish up the front, we are going to use opaque faceted gems. So these are also going to be available free with a $50 purchase. Hey Jackie, thanks for joining from South Carolina. So glad you can make it tonight. So these are also going to be available free, and I think they are beautiful. I love the colors. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up, and I'm using a large one and then 2 of the small ones just to kind of give it a little bit of oomph there. Okay, that's a little too far. So let's see here. I'm going to grab, no. Here we go. I have 2 take your pick tools with the stylus on it. I guess I lost one, so I changed the other one. All right, so I'm going to pick this up with my take your pick tool. Just going to pick it up real carefully, making sure I don't tear anything, just so I can move that over just a little bit. Make sure it's, there we go. Now I'll press it down there. All right, we're just about done. Super easy card, so pretty. We're letting the paper do the work. All right, so here is a piece of 2 3/4 by 5-inch basic white. And I have chosen the sentiment from one of the sets in the annual catalog, Hope You Know. So this is beautiful. There's so many gorgeous sentiments on here. Perfect for sympathy cards. So I've taken the one that says, may you find peace in the days to come in the loving thoughts that surround you now. Just a nice little uplifting sentiment during their time of loss. All right. We're going to stamp that in Misty Moonlight. Then I'm going to give it a wave. I can't wait to see what you create, Mary. It's gorgeous for those DSPs that are just so pretty on every side. And I love this. I don't even know what this pattern is with the pecan pie, but I like it. Okay, we're creating just a little bit of a mat here. And because we're wanting to make sure that it's not going to show when it's shut, we're going to push this closer to the other side. So we're just using our seal to stick this over here and create that nice little edge. And then there we go. There's the card. How stunning is this? Stampin' Up! Makes it so easy with this beautiful paper. Now, the only thing I'm going to do for the envelope is put a little bit of Designer Series paper on it, on the flap. So I'm taking some liquid glue and I'm going to adhere it to the side. Okay, so next week is Christmas Eve. Can you believe it? Holy shnikes. It's a good thing I started Christmas shopping on Friday. So I think, thanks Carol, I'm glad you like it. I think I'm going to try to do like an impromptu live this week, but I'm definitely not going to do one next Sunday because I know a lot of people are going to be spending that time with their families or getting ready to spend that time with their families. So I'm not going to be here next Sunday night, and I'm not going to be here the following Sunday night because I'm sure I'm going to have plans with New Year's. It may just be being at home. And I may be up in my room making cards by myself. But, so I won't be here the next 2 weeks, but starting the 1st of January, the first week of January, I will be back with tons of new card tutorials. By then, we'll have a new catalog hitting the streets, so you don't want to miss that. If you need a catalog, reach out. Let me know. We'll get that to you. Here's today's gorgeous card. Thanks so much for spending part of your weekend with me. Yep, that's next Sunday. I double checked the calendar, Mary. You guys have a great week. Thanks.